Can y'all
This
tell?
footage submitted by Jason. Something happens that if it weren't caught on Dashcam, you wouldn't believe it. It was around 1 in the morning. Jason was on his way to what he thought was going to be the house of a woman he matched with on a dating app.
That's your first mistake, right there, Jason. I don't know why I did my lips like that. You saw I was like, you're on a dating site, like. Don't you know how people say like, I have nothing against. Mama. Don't you know how some people say I have nothing against so and so or blase blase? Yeah, I have everything against dating apps. They're clogged and in cahoots. One way or another, you're going to get clogged up. I promise you that.
The person had given Jason their address over the app. They had not exchanged numbers. After putting the address into his phone, he realized that not only was the address 20 minutes away, it was also in a less desirable side of town. Against his better judgment, he got in his car anyway to head to the given address, which was in a cul-de-sac. After entering the cul-de-sac, he realized all 3 houses had all of their lights out.
Wow.
When he tried to message the girl he matched on the dating app, she would no longer answer.
Jesus.
After waiting a few minutes for an answer, he realized the person had unmatched him, meaning it may have been a trick or prank, and so he turned the car around. As he was leaving the cul-de-sac, he noticed someone on the sidewalk stepping out into the street, and so he locks his doors and slows down.
Why?
This is the footage captured on the dash cam.
On the side of the street. Oh, shit. I would have ran that motherfucker over. Or I would have swerved. I'm not saying I would have committed murder. But I'm saying I would have, you know what I mean? I would have either ran his ass over or I would have swerved and went around him. Most likely the first option. Cause I'm with the club. Was that a gun? Was that a gun?
The footage is kind of grainy, so it's hard to make out some of the smaller details. But basically what happened was Jason slowed down as he saw a masked person walking into the middle of the street, immediately knowing something was off because there was nothing across the street except a busy highway. So he locks his door and comes to a stop as the person is directly in front of his car. Then the masked person reaches into his pocket, grabs a handgun that's a little hard to see in the video due to lighting, and starts running towards his driver's side door.
Hell.
Jason immediately steps on the gas and drives past the man, who then tries to open the door, which thankfully was locked mere seconds earlier. It's hard to see unless you pause and zoom in, but the man in the video was wearing a creepy smiling mask. The man did—
I thought that was his face! Shit!
any rounds, but that's also under the assumption that the gun was even loaded or real. It's not that uncommon to hear about people using fake guns in scenarios like this. What was strange about this was while even though it was in a less desirable end of town, it was still a very residential block right next to a highway. So it was a slightly questionable place to pull this. However, it doesn't take a detective to put the pieces together that this was a setup through the dating app to force some unsuspecting guy to a dead-end road in order to rob him at gunpoint, or worse. According to Jason, the spot in which the man stepped into the street was out of view of any houses, as it ran alongside a long fence and bushes. Jason reported the whole incident to the police, including the given address. Jason was accompanied with a police officer to knock on the door of the address in question the next day, and an older woman who claimed to live alone answered the door. She claimed she had nothing to do with it, and that's obviously pretty likely to be the truth, meaning a random person simply chose that address because the street was low-key and hidden, debatably a perfect spot to try and set somebody up. Luckily, Jason didn't decide to stay put and got away without harm, because who knows what could have happened. Before the next clip, I just want to talk about today's sponsor, Aura. I read a lot of horror stories on this channel, but a growing horror story in America that more and more people are—
I'm not saying the old lady was in cahoots. I'm saying the old lady was in cahoots. Can y'all tell I've been working out? I've been working out. I've been starting to go back to the gym. Can you tell?
Stop shop. I do personally recommend the app.
Or Adidas.
On November 23rd, 2016,
What did I say?
the day before Thanksgiving, a fire began on the Chimney Tops Trail in the Great Smoky Mountains National Park.
Holy shit.
The fire was sparked by a group of kids playing with matches in the woods, and it was fueled by unusually high winds. Flames erupted in a remote area with steep terrain that made access to the fire difficult for firefighters.
Did he just say kids started it? With what? Some lighters? So it was some cluck-ass kids that did this. Okay.
Crews spent 3 days working to create a containment area lower down the mountain. Helicopters flew overhead doing bucket drops to attempt to slow the spread of the fire. On the 4th day, winds picked up and the fire spread, but the Gatlinburg fire chief said projections showed no immediate threat to Gatlinburg. Despite the predictions, on Monday, November 28th, dry weather and extreme winds caused the fire to grow rapidly. That evening, wind gusts of up to 87 miles per hour sent embers flying into Gatlinburg.
Oh my God! You know how small a lighter is? I don't know how, I don't know the size of lighters that they use, but it's crazy how, and it's still kind of hard for me to believe, but it's crazy how a fire or a spark that's yay big can reach miles and miles and that's crazy. A fire this big, a spark this big can result in miles and miles and miles of just fire. Holy shit. And then the winds just added so much. 87 miles? 80 plus miles? That's fast as shit.
Wreaking havoc on the city and surrounding communities. Town officials reported that evacuation alerts were sent out to residents' cell phones, but many residents said they never received any alerts. 14 people were killed and 191 people were injured in the fire. The flames destroyed nearly 2,500 homes.
Wait a minute. Did he go back?
Residents' cell phones, but many residents said they never received any alerts. 14 people were killed and 191 people were injured in the fire.
Damn.
The flames destroyed nearly 2,500 homes and left an estimated $2 billion worth of damages. Resident Michael Luciano recorded his and his stepbrother's horrifying escape down the mountain. During the drive down, just about every single passing cabin is seen engulfed in flames.
My condolences. My heart goes out to all the families that was hurt during this. Cause that goddamn. I think being burned alive has to be one of the, if not the worst way to die. I forgot how long it takes to be burned alive until until you die. But it's not instant. You feeling all of that shit.
Oh.
God damn.
We'll get out of it. It's gas.
I can't see.
You can see. Why is every cabin on fire? Fuck. I don't know about this.
Hey, bro. Hey, I'm not trying to I know this is a serious ass situation, and I'm not trying to make jokes. I'm being dead ass right now. If I woke up and all I saw was fire and smoke everywhere, I would have thought Jesus came back. I would have thought trials and tribulations. You know what I mean? Waking up and you thinking you seeing like you think you gonna go outside and see like a nice clear sunny blue sky. No, nah. You walk outside, you see nothing but fire and smoke. You know how traumatizing that is? Like, oh my God! I'm sorry. Like, that's horrible. I'm getting a little emotional. I'm not gonna lie, because, like, I'm just thinking about, I'm really getting emotional. That's crazy. Like, I don't know if you're able to see my eyes right now, but, like, I'm just thinking about, like, all the families. I'm just thinking about, like, all the families that was hurt and died. Jesus. Because think about the families. Think about, like, the kids, the dog, the cats. Like, oh, God. Everybody. Mom, dad. Jesus, man. Oh, my God.
This started a natty branch. We're going the wrong way.
What?
Is that a dog?
Oh, God.
Oh! Oh, God! I need a second. God, I need a second. That was, oh, God, I don't know if I can handle this video. I do not know. God damn, Mr. Nightmare. Shit. I don't know if I can handle this video. Did you see that shit? Go back. My guys. My God. Yo! Look at that goddamn house. Look at that fucking house, bro. Look at that fucking house. Yo. Oh, God. I want to pop. Yo, let me calm the fuck down. I cannot. God! I'm sorry. God, I'm not sorry. I'm not. This is real. I've never been through something like this before. But, like, this is, like, real raw emotion that you all getting from me right now. Like, I'm pissed. I'm sad. I'm angry. I'm anxious. I'm nervous. I'm pissed off. I feel a lot of shit right now. And are you telling me kids started this? Oh, I hope kids.
And at multiple points, the two men find themselves stuck behind fallen trees.
Go through it. Go through it.
I can't.
I cannot be stuck. Try it on the left side where these sticks are short. Get a running start.
Even at one point getting stuck behind another driver, which happened to be an old man who rolled.
Yo, so like, with a forest, like with a fire this big, that's my cat in heat. I remember the first time I heard Misty or Cat in Heat, not Misty, Midnight. I remember the first time I remember the first time I heard them in Heat. It was back when we were living at the apartment. That was my first time ever hearing that noise from anything, anyone, any animal. So when I heard that, me and baby girl, it was like in the middle of the night, and we both woke up and looked at each other like, what the hell was that? Because it sounded like a human baby, but it's just them and he. Yeah, all right. So going back to this, being as though how big this fire is, it looks like it's taken the firefighters, even with dropping gallons of water from above with the helicopter. It seems like it takes for like a long ass time to clear out the fire. So at this point, right, do they keep using water, or do they just let it take its course, let it die out? If anybody knows the question, then let me know in the comment section below.
Window down to tell Michael that he couldn't see.
Does this motherfucker want to die here?
What the is wrong with you, girl? Get out of here! Right.
The old man ended up pulling to the side and following Michael's taillights down the mountain. At certain points, it seems very likely the men aren't going to make it out alive. But by some stroke of luck, they made it to the containment area with only minor damages to their truck. Their luck didn't just end there, though. Their cabin survived the fires with very little damage, despite its close proximity to the surrounding engulfing flames. While this footage can almost make you feel like you're in the truck with them, it obviously can't compare to the actual fear of being in the suffocating heat inside the truck mixed with tension of the life or death situation at hand. In this footage...
Okay. Hold on. Go back to the beginning of this video.
$60-day money-back guarantee if you're not satisfied. A group of kids playing with matches in the wood.
Yo! And what? When was this? When did this happen?
Kids playing with matches.
Go, okay. I'm at 440. Go back.
Sparked by a group of kids playing with...
Okay, no, go back. Okay.
Smoky Mountain National Park. The fire was sparked by a group of kids playing with matches in the wood.
The fire was sparked by a group of kids that was...
And it was fueled by unusually high winds.
So kids did this shit. Did they ever find these kids?
And in this footage, a young girl who wished to remain nameless, so I'll refer to her as Amanda, was driving home from her boyfriend's house. She had just pulled out of the driveway and started heading down her boyfriend's block when a car in the middle of the road came into view. The car wasn't moving, but didn't have its hazards on, so Amanda waited for a few moments until the driver in front of her lowered his window and waved for her to go around him, so she did. Upon passing the car, she quickly realized the car behind her started moving as well, which at first wasn't too weird, but it became clear very soon that the car was following her after it started making the same turns she made. She started to make as many random turns as possible, and sure enough, the car behind her stayed on her tail.
Oh no. Hey, where the police at? Go straight to that police
She then
station.
calls her boyfriend, which I muted at her request for privacy, and she explained to him that somebody was following her. He reassured her to keep calm and everything would be fine, and to just drive to the nearest police station. So she looked up the nearest police precinct, and when they were only a few blocks away from it, the car behind her turned the opposite way, likely because they knew she was going to the police station. Still on the phone with her boyfriend, she told him the car behind her turned a different direction, so her boyfriend assured her she should be fine to go straight home. Just be cautious. Amanda drove home after this, which was in the same town, so it was unlikely to be a long trip home. She even checked to make sure the coast was clear before parking her car and going inside. But later in the night, she woke up to this.
What? What? What's that noise? Don't tell me it's somebody on the other side of that window.
Amanda heard sounds right outside her bedroom window, like someone was trying to lift it open from the outside. Once she turned the lamp on, the noise stopped. She called for her dad when she realized what was happening, and the occurrence was immediately associated with the vehicle that was following her earlier. So the family called the police to file a police report and showed them the dashcam footage of the vehicle following her. The vehicle could be identified as a BMW, and Amanda was asked if she knew anyone who owned a BMW that might want to hurt her. The only person she could think of was a guy named Christopher Crea, somebody who she blocked on social media for obsessive harassment, who happened to drive a black BMW. These were the last texts Christopher had sent to Amanda before she blocked him. Christopher happened to know Amanda's boyfriend personally through mutual friends, and through those connections, he knew where he lived, so the idea that this Christopher guy waited outside Amanda's boyfriend's house suddenly became a possibility. As an idle threat, Amanda's boyfriend sent an Instagram DM to Christopher that she was filing for a restraining order if he bothered her again, but his response was him acting confused and claiming he hadn't bothered her. Whether it was acting or not is a mystery, but nothing happens again at Amanda's house after that, so it doesn't seem too far-fetched that it could have been this Christopher guy. The following dashcam footage was taken in the vehicle of Uber driver Christina Spikuza, and I want to warn you, while there is no actual graphic footage shown, the story behind it is upsetting. 38-year-old mother of four Christina Spikuza was doing some night drives on February 10th, 2022, when 22-year-old Calvin Crew used his girlfriend's phone to order an Uber. Christina accepted the ride and picked Calvin up. He gets into the car in a sketchy mask covering his entire face except for his glowing eyes.
Oh,
she
no.
greets him by asking for Tanea and how are you today, but he doesn't answer either question, or if he did, it was likely an inaudible grunt.
Hi, Tanea. How are you today?
Christina was extremely polite to Calvin.
Not saying nothing at all. To at least agree. To give me like at least one of these, like a or like a or like a nothing at all. Nothing. You gotta get out. Sorry.
Been asking how his day was going a few minutes in.
Did you have a good day today?
Calvin is seen turning to check if the coast was clear, and then lifting his mask up slightly before pulling a gun on Christina and threatening her.
I'm sorry?
Keep driving.
You've got to be joking.
Keep driving.
What are you doing?
This is the time. Keep driving.
No, it's not. Stop. Come on.
Somebody please explain to me. Okay, I understand she was Somebody please explain to me in the comment section on the reasons of her reaction. I don't know if the gun is real or not, but is she like almost in like disbelief? Or is she like thinking like this is not real? Because why did she just touch the gun like that? She was just like, what? What is this? Not, like, I don't, she's really calm. Does she not think it's, talking about, what? Like this the gun, right? What's this? Come on, man. Really? Why she? Either she a G. I don't know what she's. I mean, granted, she is driving, right? So I get it. You know, you don't want to freak out too much. Oh, you come out of that? You don't want to freak out too much while you're driving. Okay, I understand that. I just, I don't know.
Man, I got a family. What are you doing?
Family too, now drive.
What are you doing?
Drive.
Please stop.
Drive the car, miss.
Why are
Just
you
drive.
doing this?
I'll make this so noticeable. Just drive.
Why are you doing this?
Drive the car.
To
Complete
where?
the trip.
I cannot do that.
Complete the trip.
Why are you doing this?
Complete the trip.
Please?
He tells her to cancel the ride so that it could no longer be tracked. Not long after, he grabs her phone to gain access to her banking apps to transfer money to his girlfriend's phone.
Stop for me. Please. No.
Keep driving.
Before grabbing the dash cam and throwing it out the window, he tells her that everything will be okay if she does what he says.
What I'm saying, everything will be alright.
But that later proved to be a lie.
I'm saying she most likely got her seatbelt on. Hopefully she has full coverage. He don't got no seatbelt on. I would just ram it up, go a little bit faster, slam on brakes, go right through the windshield, or do something to him.
Christina's body was discovered by an Amazon driver 2 days later.
Holy shit! Go! I missed all of that.
Please. No.
Keep driving.
Before grabbing the dash cam and throwing it out the window, he tells her that everything will be okay if she does what he says.
What I'm saying, everything will be alright.
But that later proved to be a lie. Christina's body was discovered by an Amazon driver 2 days later, lying in the woods 50 feet off the road, with a
Jesus.
single gunshot wound to the head. Detectives found Christina's dashboard camera along the route of her last Uber ride, and the footage provided all the evidence necessary to prosecute Calvin for her murder. Prosecutors are currently seeking the death penalty for Calvin.
Why did he cover his face? Like, what? What? Boy, yo, out of all these stories, you pretty much guessed the one that, you know what I mean, that just had me, yo, that fire story, oh shit, God, that fire story, bro, with them kids setting off the, oh my God, that pissed me off. Pissed me off. Like, do they understand what happened? Do they understand, like, I don't even want to talk about it no more. Jesus. If y'all do Uber or Lyft or any of those ride sharing things, please confirm before getting in the car. Please. 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 But with that Uber driver, what do y'all think she could have done? Do you think she could have done anything to prevent what happened? Let me know in the comment section below. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.